What is going on, everybody? Zyonik here, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys some simple ways you can drastically improve your gameplay and strategy approach when it comes to the Tempest Cup tournament. Now, getting right into it, we're going to take a look at how to assess the enemy team, how to pick your team to actually face them, and then I'm going to show you my approach with my team against an actual enemy team with the gameplay of a best of 5 series. Then after that, if you stick around all the way to the end, I'm going to give you guys my #1 tip and strategy for any Silph League Arena tournament. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and make sure you have that notification bell on so you can know when I come out with new content to prepare yourself for your own tournaments. Alright guys, let's go ahead and dive right into the match and the fact that when you go to this tournament, you're going to see the opponent's lineup and you need to be ready to assess the enemy's team, and we're going to break that down here on how you can assess the team and the best Pokemon you can pick. So, we take a look at the enemy at the top. They have a Quagsire, a Tropius, a Frostlass, Charizard, Lantern, and Altaria. So that's a pretty strong lineup. There's a lot of things you need to be worried about, which is going to be the Quagsire heavy moves, those Frostlass avalanches, but we can handle it because our team at the bottom, we got Lantern, Lapras, Quagsire, Tropius, Skarmory, and Altaria. Now both of these teams are suggestions from the community. Alright, so where to begin? This is what you guys need to do. I would highly suggest having a notebook because it's going to be hard to remember all of this off the top of your head while you're at the tournament. So I'm going to have a little notebook or a piece of paper that I can write down on to keep my thoughts organized. Otherwise, you're just going to get yourself confused. So if we go ahead and look, we're going to break down every single Pokemon in a win, tie, which is right in the middle, or a loss category. So looking at Lantern, guaranteed pretty much wins is going to be Charizard and Frostlass, with tying with itself with Lantern, but it's going to lose heavily to Quagsire, Altaria, and Tropius. Okay. Look over at Tropius. We're going to win against that Quagsire and Lantern, trade off with the enemy Tropius, and we're going to lose to that Frostlass, Charizard, and Altaria. Then we go down to Lapras. We're going to win against that Charizard, Frostlass, Altaria. We're going to tie with the Tropius because if, in this case, this Lapras is a double legacy, so it's going to have Ice Shard and Ice Beam, so it can trade with it. That's why it's not a guaranteed loss. And then in the loss category for Lapras, we're going to lose to Quagsire and Lantern. Now with Skarmory, we're going to win against Tropius and Altaria. We're going to tie with Quagsire and Frostlass, and we're going to lose to Lantern and Charizard. And Quagsire, we're going to win against Charizard, Lantern. We're going to tie with Frostlass, Altaria, and we're going to lose heavily to that Tropius. And then finally, Altaria, we're going to win with Charizard, we're going to win with Tropius, and we're going to win with Lantern. We're going to tie with another Altaria and a Quagsire, and we're going to lose heavily to Frostlass. So, a lot of information here, a lot of things happening. How do you break it down? How do you pick your team? It's all on probability, guys. So, because we broke this down, we want to go based off of probability. So, how do you do this? If we take a look, not Lapras, Altaria, right, has one guaranteed loss. That's going to be Frostlass. It's going to be a heavy counter. Frostlass spamming Powder Snow and Avalanche. Going to destroy Altaria. But it can win against 3 and trade, possibly win against 2. So that means it has a 1 out of 6 odds. The probability 1 out of 6 to lose. But it has 5 out of 6 possibility to win. First Pokemon, Altaria. Alright. Next, Quagsire. Quagsire can win. Quagsire can heavily lose to Tropius, but it can win against a Charizard and a Lantern. It can win against a Frostlass and an Altaria. So, having a 1 out of 5, because we're not going to do the mirror match there on Quagsire versus Quagsire. So basically 1 out of 5 losing, but 4 out of 5 winning, possible winning. So we're going to go ahead and put Quagsire in there. And also, last, we're going to have Lapras, which has a potential 4 out of 6 win and a 2 out of 6 loss. So how does this work, right? We have an Altaria lead. And what you need to do is, because Lapras is going to be a bulky counter to a Frostlass, you have that Altaria lead. Altaria is instantly going to lose if that Frostlass is in the lead for their team, okay? So you have that Altaria lead. If they have a Frostlass as the lead, you swap to Lapras to counter it, okay? Now obviously, if you swap to Lapras and maybe they bring in Tropius or something, you already have some stored energy, you can get those ice beams off. Possibly they don't shield, you take the win on that. Or maybe they bring in Lantern, right? And you kind of go toe-to-toe with Lantern, and then you can bring in Quagsire to finish off the Lantern. And then if they bring in that Tropius, you just bring back in the Altaria to counter it. So, with having this team, Altaria is going to be covered by Quagsire and Lapras because it can counter that one weakness, which is Frostlass. And then Quagsire, having that weakness to Tropius, is going to be covered by Altaria and Lapras. And then Lapras, having that weakness to Quagsire and Lantern, is going to be covered by that Altaria and covered by the Quagsire, because Quagsire can take out Lantern and it can go toe-to-toe with itself because it's fighting itself. So that's what I would do in round 1. Now, when you fight round 1, you need to assess what moves they have, because if that Lantern has a Charge Beam or Water Gun, that's something you're going to want to note. So this is how I approach games, right? So I'm also going to show you how I approached an actual competitive game against a member of the community, and we're just going to go ahead and watch it and commentate on it. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Alright, diving right into my team, my actual cup team, versus an enemy team. So my team having Altaria, Lantern, Skarmory, Tropius, Steelix, and Lapras, versus his team, which is going to have a Lantern, Lapras, Steelix, Skarmory, Abomasnow, Altaria. So this is pretty much a mirror. Like 99% mirror, because the only difference is he has Abomasnow, I have Tropius. So as you can see, I've broken down the wins, losses, and ties. So I'm not going to tell you what I use, I'm just going to show you. This is a best of 5 series, and we're going to be able to see a few games. So let's get right into it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and lead with Tropius. He leads with Altaria. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to load up some energy, just a little bit. I'm going to swap out of there into Steelix. Hard swap. This is why. It's going to force him to swap. He knows he loses. Alright, Lantern. Mind games come in. Alright, store a bunch of energy. Keep storing. We're going to go for Crunch. Make him burn that shield. Right? He burns the shield. Awesome. Look at how close we are to Earthquake. Hit that Earthquake. Is he going to shield again, or does he think it's another Crunch? He doesn't shield. Boom. Lantern's gone. That's pretty much the game right there. Because of that one choice where he decided not to shield, that swayed the victory heavily. So we're going to go ahead and get this Crunch off. Burn that second shield. Very happy. I got 2 shields down. He's got 1 Pokemon out and 1 Pokemon at nearly half. Alright, I'm going to go right into Tropius. I got some stored energy. We're going to go ahead and block this because it's probably Outrage. Yep, it's Outrage. So we go ahead and block it. We can go ahead and get off this Leaf Blade. He brings in Altaria. Okay, we get off the Leaf Blade. Not very effective. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Altaria. We have shield advantage and we have health advantage. We go ahead and block that Sky Attack and we just go to town. Pew, 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 pew. So we can't block the Sky Attack coming in. We're going to go ahead and farm center energy. I'm going to get off this last Sky Attack to finish off the Altaria. Alright, all he's got left is Abomasnow. We're going to keep firing away. Now remember, we still have Tropius. He does get this Outrage off. Alright, but Razor Leaf hitting really hard. We're going to go ahead and take the win on that. Super close game. Alright, next game. I lead with Tropius again. He leads with Altaria again. We're in the exact same situation. I didn't change. I'm going to go ahead and swap to Steelix again. He knows what I'm doing. He's going to swap to his Lantern. Alright, this time I go for Earthquake. I don't go for Crunch, guys. He knows. Oh, he didn't shield it. He thought I was going to go for Crunch again. There goes the Lantern. Alright, 1 Pokemon down. He brings in Lapras. Now this is new. I'm like, okay. Lapras, gonna go ahead and get this Earthquake off. He might think it's Crunch. He doesn't shield again. Alright, guys. Steelix is doing wonders for me right here. We're not going to shield this. Save those shields. That was perfect. Alright, we bring in Tropius. I got a little glitch here, but that's okay. Finish off Lapras with the Razor Leafs. Now he has Altaria. We're going to go ahead and shield this Sky Attack. Do some damage. Get these Leaf Blades off. Just keep plugging away. We're going to switch to Altaria now. We're going to go ahead and block this Sky Attack. Now he does have shield advantage, but 2 shields isn't going to be enough to stop the Dragon Breath. So we're going to go ahead and get off a Sky Attack here. He does shield it, but we'll go ahead and finish off with Dragon Breaths. Game 2, guys. Alright, Game 3. I lead with Tropius again. It's working. Why try to fix it now? Alright, he's got Altaria. Store some energy. Switch to Steelix. He switches to Lantern. We go ahead and store up some more energy. He gets off the move first, so I have to shield. It could be Hydro Pump. It's Thunderbolt. Well played on him. We're going to go for Earthquake now. Stored up a bunch of energy. Does he shield it? He does. Alright, smart on him. So we're going to keep going, and I'm going to try to get this Earthquake, guys. I'm going for it. Go big or go home with Steelix. Get off the Earthquake. Yep. He didn't shield. There we go. This is why I love Steelix for this tournament. It's a mind game, guys. It's such a mind game. And you have a 50% chance of knowing. Alright, he gets off this move, but I don't decide to block it because I think it's Surf. It's Ice Beam. I didn't know he had an Ice Beam, so that's noted. My Tropius just got destroyed. We bring in Altaria, getting off these moves. Go ahead and block this. It's probably going to be Ice Beam. It is Ice Beam. It was a good block. Finish off the Lapras. Now, he has Altaria left. So we get this Sky Attack off and try to get this Dragon Pulse off, but he gets the final move. I have no shields. He takes the win in Game 3. Moving on to Game 4. Tropius versus Lapras. I like this. I like what's happening right here. I'm gonna keep farming. We're going to have to shield this because he got me with that Ice Beam. He used Surf. Well played on him. He stored energy, but you know what? I don't want to play a guessing game. I'm going to go into Lapras. He goes into Altaria, but my Lapras is Legacy. Double Legacy. So we're going to go ahead and get off this Ice Beam. Does he know? He doesn't know. There we go. Ice Beam. Took out Altaria. Now he brings his Lapras back in. I'm not going to shield anything. I know I can win this trade right here. Now, granted, I have Blizzard right now. I need more TMs to try to get Surf because the game doesn't like me. It keeps going between Hydro Pump and Blizzard, but that's okay. We're just going to keep farming energy. Get this Ice Beam off. Go ahead and finish off the Lapras. He brings in Steelix. Now, this is where I wish I had Surf, but I only have Ice Beam right now, so that's just what I'm going to have to use. He goes ahead and blocks it. That's okay. So we're not going to block this. Lapras did a great job. We'll bring back in that Tropius. Got a Leaf Blade. Gonna use this Leaf Blade. Doesn't shield it. Okay. Keep plugging away. We're gonna go ahead and burn this shield. I don't want him to take out my Tropius. Keep plugging away. But we're gonna save this energy. Switch to Steelix. So then we can go ahead and switch. He's gonna get off this move, and I have a feeling it's Earthquake. It is Earthquake. Does a lot of damage, but that's okay. We're going to get off this Crunch. He is going to shield it. And we just finish him off. Oh, he gets a Crunch off. Last second Crunch, but is it enough? It's not. And there we go. Game 4. Alright guys, now that I have shown you how to go about finding the probability and the best Pokemon you can use against the enemy, and then showing you how I do it, and providing the fights of how it played out, I'm going to give you guys the best tip, or I should say, or the best strategy to get good at this. And it's simple. It's practice. So, right here, if you guys want, please, I highly recommend pause this video, screenshot this, and what you need to do is assess every team and take your team that you have and go against the enemy using the strategy that I showed you earlier on finding the highest probabilities while syncing up counters and balances with your own team. So Shout out to all of these guys who are members of the Battle Park Discord group, which is a small community content creator group where we all just hang out and talk strategy. So shout out to all these guys and their teams. They are awesome teams. They are competitive teams. So you guys should definitely take advantage of this resource and use this as practice for your own tournament. I hope you guys found this video insightful, and I hope you guys use these strategies and implement them in your own tournaments. And like always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.